Hello, bloody chaps. I will now be using this voice to record my Let's Plays because it seems to get lots more hits when I talk like this. And I feel like I've got a bit more confidence. So, that is how I will be talking from now on. I'm playing Planescape Torment, and I rather like it. It's a rather good game. I'm playing Planescape Torment. Broom, broom. Hey, stop playing Torment. Aw. I forgot I'm not supposed to talk during these parts. But anyways, whoa. I'm about 2 to 3 hours into it, and I rather like it. And I'll just show you my... Okay, I'm not going to talk like that anymore because it's really hard. Those British guys are like exhausting themselves trying to talk like that. Yeah, here's my character. And I did look up a little bit of stuff on this, some walkthroughs. They pretty much said, you know, you don't want to make a warrior. I can do whatever the hell I want. It's the first time I'm played through, but I guess this Planescape Torment game, I played games like Icewind Dale and other RPGs like that, but this is supposed to be more conversation based. So you want a high charisma, I guess, and a high wisdom, so you can get more options in the conversation menu. But I just went with the high strength and high constitution. And it didn't let me pick fighter. You know, it says I'm a fighter, but just based off the stats that I chose. Your alignment, I think, is just changes throughout the game. Starts on neutral or starts on true neutral. And any gamer worth his salt knows armor class and all that stuff. So, yeah, I just want to show you my guy. There's my dude. There's Morte. He's a skull, a hilarious skull that starts with us. And he's also a fighter. Now, if I had known that, I might have not made Nameless One a fighter. But I did, because I've never played this before, and I heard it was one of the greatest games ever invented. And Icewind Dale 1 and 2 was okay. It was fun. It was long. It was a lot of the same stuff. And I guess this game is supposed to be more... I think this actually came out before Icewind Dale 1 and 2. I'm not positive on that. But I guess Planescape is supposed to be more like a novel. You know, a lot of reading, a lot of character interaction. Yeah, so... Anyways, I'm looking for a place to sell stuff. Morte is fully loaded with all these bronze bracelets and copper bracelets. And I'm fully loaded too. I just got out of a place called the Mortuary, where I defeated this necromancer that was disturbing the souls that were trying to rest there. And I think this is actually a shop. I finally made it into a shop. So we're gonna try to sell some stuff. So play along with me, won't you? On my first playthrough of Planescape Torment. You see a short, balding man standing in what serves as the foyer to this ramshackle flophouse. His bushy brows are furrowed in concentration as he picks at whatever appears to be scabs on his large, bulbous nose. Hello, nose picker. Greetings. The man doesn't bother to look up. Instead, he continues to stare cross-eyed down at his nose. Yes, what do you want? Yes, resting would be nice. I haven't been able to rest anywhere. Sure you can, Burke, if you got the jink for it. I guess jink is money. It's kind of cool how they developed their whole world here, and they have their own lingo. You know, jink is money, and rumors and talk is chant. And then Morte will often say things like, "Let's give this place the laugh," like "Let's leave, let's get the fuck out of here." So I like it. It's really engrossing. So he says, nobody puts up here for free, except old Nesta over there. And that's only because no one's addle-coved enough to mess with them. I guess addle-coved is a bit off. Very well, how much for a bed? I'll pay. And tell me about Nestor. Nestor's that barmy old sod in the corner there. He hikes a thumb over his shoulder towards the back of the room. Watch us step around him, Buck. He's not right in the head. Always rattling his bone box about his fork and all. I wish someone would do us all a favor and get rid of him. Why don't you do it yourself? You don't think I've tried? I have. And look what I gets for me effort. He leans his face forward and points at the bleeding scabs on his nose. Nestor gave him something to think about. Gave old Big Nose something to think about. The barmy sod nearly bit me nose off. And pull a Mike Tyson on him. I could get rid of him for you. I get rid of him for a price. I usually play through these games as good. So so far I haven't done that in this. I've tried to do things, not tried to be evil, but paid attention to my own advancement over others. If I can make some money, you know, doing a few illegal, irreputable, house of ill repute things, then I'll do it. So I will get rid of him for a price. I'll tell you what, Cutter, if you can get rid of him for me, you can stay here for free. Well, that's not bad.
Updated my journal.
We updated our journal, as the Nameless One has said. Well then, don't just stand there, round gawked, gets to it. He immediately returns to his scab picking. Can't you see I'm a busy man? Okay, well, we couldn't sell anything to him, but we talked. There's old Nestor in the corner. There's a hive dwellers. Maybe we can sell stuff here. You see the tall figure of a creature standing before you. The lower portion of its body resembles that of a goat. However, just above its powerful forelegs, its shape takes on a more human appearance, with a man's torso, arms, and a head. All of which are covered in polished armor. A creature's eyes are closed, and it appears to be sleeping. Wake up! Greetings! The creature snorts briefly, but its eyes remain shut. Apparently, it's not a light sleeper. Let the creature sleep. Damn, who sells stuff? Nestor's probably the one who sells stuff, and I gotta kill him. You see an aging man in soiled and tattered clothes, frantically pacing in the corner. His shock of filthy white hair sticks out in every direction, and his face, encrusted with dirt and streaks of dried blood, is covered with gray stubble. Every few seconds he stops pacing and flails about suddenly, muttering and cursing as if assaulted by some unseen foe. He does not seem to notice your approach. At the sound of your voice, the old loon whirls about to face you, his wide, staring eyes bulging in their sockets. He regards you for a brief moment, then returns to his raving. No, no, no! It's not you, hoo-hoo. It's not you, hoo-hoo. But soon, yes, soon. Are you the one they call Psycho? Who are you talking to? Let's see here. Are you the one they call Nestor? The old man seems oblivious to your presence. Hoo. You'll come. Yes, you'll come, and old Nestor will be waiting. Look, Arlo asked me to get rid of you, so you're going to have to leave. Damn. That's what I want to pick, but, you know, it looks like he sells stuff. Looks like all these guys sell stuff, and they don't. I guess this is more of a barracks. I guess those are beds. I didn't really pay attention. I guess this is just a storage area, but I need to sell some shit. Well, let's get rid of Nestor. Do I want to tell him or just want to kill him? No, Nestor's face turns beet red and his whole body shakes in protest. My fork. Can't leave without my fork. Okay, so a quest. It's time for you to leave one way or another. Now, that would be the most evil thing to do, is just outright kill him. But I want the experience, so... Fork. Can't go home without my fork. Nestor's frenzy reaches a violent crescendo. He begins hopping up and down maniacally, then suddenly stops, lowers his head, and runs headlong into a large wooden cupboard that stands against the back wall of the flophouse. The force of the impact knocks the old man flat on his back. After a few seconds, he stands up, back up, a dazed expression on his face. Gone. Stolen. Can't go home without my fork. Who took your fork, Nestor? He stares at you for a long moment, then begins rummaging through the pockets of his filthy tunic. After a few seconds, he produces what appears to be a dismembered ear. Judging by the stench and color of the ear, you'd wager that the old loon has been toting it around in his pocket for some time. You have my fork, don't you? Don't you? Hoo-hoo. He holds the ear close as if speaking to it. Bring back my fork. This guy's fucking nuts. If I can find you a fork, then will you leave? Wait. Waiting, hoo-hoo. He shakes his ear violently as he shouts. Until you bring the fork, then I can go home. Okay. Right, I'll try to find you a fork then.
Updated my journal.
So, find his fork. Quests. Find Farad. It's one of the first quests I got. Find your missing journal. That's the first quest I got. Retrieve Porphyron's necklace. Oh yeah. Porphyron is a fighter pacifist. And what's that? I didn't take care of it. I don't know, sweetie. I remember you had white vinegar on the list. Retrieve yeah, so I was telling you about Porphyron. They train this type of class that he is. They train to fight their entire life, but they're pacifists. The reason they train to fight is they believe they're going to have do battle in the afterlife. Kind of a cool concept. And he had a necklace stolen from him by some hive thugs wearing red and black. I gotta go whoop their ass. Oh, I guess I could have just clicked on it and then read you the quest description. Nestor. Okay, get rid of Nestor for Arlo, the Flophouse Slumlord. Okay, so that was an inn. I've agreed to help the Slumlord Arlo get rid of the crazy old man named Nestor. It seems the fellow has taken a permanent residence in the Flophouse. Find Nestor's fork. I've agreed to help Nestor find his fork. The poor sod seemed quite deranged, carrying around a severed ear in his pocket, and la 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 la. Suppose it can do any harm to look for his fork. Ingress was a woman who had traveled through the plains before. I guess the hive is like the main hub, I'm figuring out, and well, it's the first town. I started out in like the cemetery, and then on a table, and kind of starting to believe that my guy's dead and immortal. And we left there. There was like one or two levels there. We left there. Me and Morte left there and came to the hive. And the hive seems kind of like a town, maybe a hub where you can go to different places. So why did I tell you that? Oh, Ingress talks about all these planes that she's traveled on, and she's like batshit now from traveling to these different planes. She's trying to get back home, but you go psycho, I guess, when you travel to these different planes, because it just blows your fucking mind how crazy the planes are. She was raving about doors and keys, and she claimed that the whole city was a series of portals to other places. She said when she was a young girl, she accidentally stepped through the portal and ended up trapped in the city. If I can find an experienced planewalker, Magic the Gathering. And of course, it's not Planeswalker, but I do play some Magic the Gathering, and I understand that word. So perhaps he could guide her home. He. The Planewalker would be a he then. You give away too much, Planescape. Okay, so then look into the matter of the mausoleums walking dead. Narakj. Mr. J, Dustman. I met in the Gathering Dust Bar. The Gathering, sad Magic the Gathering. I'm just kidding. Told me of a mausoleum where the dead walk. He wanted me to look into the matter. Okay, so that's my quest there. I don't exactly remember what I'm supposed to do on that one. I got a shitload of quests here, though. Deliver. You found the vinegar? Nice. She found the white vinegar, so mark that quest off. Deliver the box to Kuatra. Oh yeah, I have a little ornate box that emits like a bad feeling, and I'm supposed to deliver it to this Kuatra guy. Rock needs you to fetch 3 rings from his tent. I went to the southeast west corner of the hive when I first got here, and I ran into a dude standing in the corner. I can't remember his name, Shadow something, and he said, you know, what's your alignment? And I said, I'm neutral. And he said, oh, okay, that's good. Go choose which of these 2 gang leaders you want to kill. And there was recalling from memory, there was the Hive Angels, Razor Angels was what the name of one gang. And shit, I can't remember the name of the other gang, but ultimately I murdered both their leaders, gained a level of experience, and yeah, the reason I was telling you that is, why was I telling you that? That's where I met Rock. That's why. And he said, hey, bring me some rings from his tent. But I don't know where his tent's at, so maybe this will say. Rock has asked me to retrieve 3 rings from the description. First is made of gold, silver, bronze. Now I just need to find Rock's tent. Rock seemed to have a simple mind, so it's probably close by. But I couldn't find it, and I didn't invest a lot of time in it. And then find Craddock for Bayan the Sender. I agreed to deliver a message for a man named Bayan the Sender. Bayan said the person I needed to deliver the message to was Craddock, and is said to be an overseer in a marketplace somewhere in the hive. The only description Bayan could give me of Craddock was that he was a giant, stern-looking man. I'll keep my eye out for him. If I find Craddock, I'll deliver the message, then go back and tell Bayan. And that was one of the first quests I got when I walked into the hive. So, yeah, I've only completed a few quests. Still pretty early in the game. You can hover over things just like in Icewind Dale and then search through them. There's no skill to search. You just click on it and it's either locked or it's not. My fighter doesn't have any way to unlock locks, to pick locks, but he can bash. He can bash through, which I think is pretty standard in excuse me, pretty standard in Dungeons and Dragon rules. So open doors 18. I think, you know, I can bash locks. I think it goes off the open door skill. 'Cause me, big dumb fighter, bash open box. So we need to find an ear, among other things. There's nothing in that one either. Well, in the meantime, let's go look for a place to sell. Hive Thug. I'll show you a little bit of the battle.
Damn it.
Yeah. Give me some gold. Some copper. We are just looking for anything to advance one of our quests. I don't know who this is. Mult. If I go save this, it will turn that music down. I don't know how good the mix is. Anytime you get into a battle, it starts that cool music, and then saving it really just immediately stops the combat music. So Mult says, this man appears less dour and wary of passers-by than the people around him. He moves with an upbeat gait, casually scanning the ground to either side of him as he goes. As you approach him, he nods a friendly greeting. Let's talk to him. Greetings. Hello, cutter. Say, you seen any deaders about? None nearby, no. I had some questions. Too bad, he shrugs. Had some questions, did ye? Ask away, then. I'm looking for a man named Farod. The collector boss. Don't know much about that man myself. We spent a lot of time fighting his boys, but they've all suddenly disappeared, along with Farod. We still catch the occasional straggler in Ragpicker Square. but we've no idea where the rest are. I'm not. So I talked to another guy that told me kind of the same thing about Farad, that he's in competition with another boss in town, and they're hiding somewhere, but we don't know where. Yeah, we're searching for a journal. Haven't run across one. Tell you what, though, if I do, I'll hold on to it for you. Well, that's the first guy that said that. That's cool. Should we ask him about this area? This is the Hive. Hivers like to call the arse end of Sigil. Not that Sigil's got an end. Supposedly the plains, I guess it's also called Sigil, is supposed to be an endless area. But you know, I mean, anyway, north and west of here through the big gate is Ragpicker's Square, or collectors like me call Kip. Where collectors like me called... Oh yeah, Kip is home. That's one of their... the slang of Planescape. Don't know much about the rest of Sigil, I'm afraid. So, north and west of here, through the big gate, is Ragpicker's Square. Can you tell me about collectors? These here are collector's robes. Any poor sod you see wearing these. Me, for instance, is most likely looking for debtors, bodies to sell at the mortuary. He shrugs. It takes to get whatever it takes to get by in the Hive, right? What does the mortuary pay for corpses? Keeps the street and the Hives cleaner. The Dusties like to keep the dead in their place. Okay. So if he finds the journal somehow, miraculously, he will help me out. Oh, this is actually where I came out of. Okay. So, this is where I first started the game. No, it's not. So I guess I'm completely turned around. Well, that's what the map is for. The tomb. Okay. That's where I came out of. Pretty sure was the tomb. So let's walk over there. Just to kind of get my bearings. And actually, I should render some of this now. And then come back. So we'll stop here and then do a part 2. Okay. See you next time.